The Houston Texans travel to Miami to take on the Dolphins. The Texans, the 1-8-1 Texans, the 7-3 Miami Dolphins. This one on paper, not supposed to be that close. Dolphins 13-point favorites. The over-under of 46 points. And I'm sure most of those 46 points going to come from the Miami Dolphins because Kyle Allen will be the starter for the Houston Texans on Sunday. It appears that Kyle Allen will be the starter for the Texans on Sunday. I don't think it's been official yet. But it is official.
Kyle Allen starting.
Okay, so it hasn't been made because I remember Lovie Smith was like, it's not made official yet, but he's taking all the reps at one, and he's the guy. But like Lovie Smith just doesn't want to make it official. Either way, Kyle Allen being the starting quarterback, what change do we expect to see? Anything different from the Texans offense with Kyle Allen in this one?
No.
More Bainbridge, Dameon Pierce.
No, I think we already need to see a lot of that. But look, I do have a problem with this. I'm not sure I quite understand like NFL coaches' mindsets. When you're a team like the Houston Texans, and now you're what 1-8, 1-9,
1-8-1.
Yeah, so 1-8-1. Their playoff hopes are dead. They're not winning. Going to a guy in Kyle Allen who in 17 starts is 7-10, who has shown that he's not very good. In his 1 year as a starter, where he played like 13 games in Carolina, he threw 17 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. I get that we don't think Davis Mills is it, and I'm on board with Davis Mills not being it. But what do you gain by going to a Kyle Allen? This is not a guy where you had a young quarterback on your roster. You said, okay, we're going to let the young guy play now and get an opportunity. This is just going to somebody else who has proven that he's not very good either. So I'm not sure I understand why they're moving on from Davis Mills at this point. I would have just let Davis Mills continue to get reps throughout the year. I get you want to hold that locker room and you want to make sure that they're not saying, well, we need a different guy, a different voice or whatever. But I don't – my philosophy is unless you're replacing him with somebody who's had some success or a young guy that you're trying to see what he's got, I would have just left in Davis Mills. I don't think that it was that bad to where – Davis Mills deserved to be benched to put in Kyle Allen. Like, is Kyle Allen better than Davis Mills? No, I don't know. Well, I would argue he's not. But go ahead.
Maybe it does have something to do with what you said. Maybe it is saying, okay, we're not in a playoff spot. Let's see what Kyle Allen can do before
we've seen it.
We haven't seen it in Houston.
We've seen Kyle Allen play football. I don't need to see it on a different team. It's the same thing I said with Carson Wentz. Just because you change teams doesn't make you a different player. You know, and sorry, last time I checked, Kyle Allen had way more weaponry where he was at previously in Carolina and in Washington than the Houston Texans have. So, again, I'm not saying Kyle Allen's going to be mad, but usually when you go to another guy, you're looking for a spark. But what are they sparking? Houston, I think, like, what are they sparking a playoff run?
I think what it is, no, I think what it is now is I personally think it's on that side of it's them saying, okay, yeah, the season is starting to come to a close. We're not in playoff contention. Let's see what Kyle Allen has before we completely just punt the position and go CJ Stroud with the first overall pick.
No, you cannot believe that. You cannot believe that if Kyle Allen comes in and plays well, that they are not drafting a quarterback in the first round.
If Kyle Allen wins them, if they win out, you think Kyle Allen can be, and it's because of Kyle Allen. Okay.
No, he won't be the starter next year. Like this is my point. I guess that's my point is you're giving a guy who's been in the league for 4 years, had opportunities. You're giving him another shot. And Davis Mills has been in here a year and a half and you're already giving up on him, but you haven't given up on the guy that's been there for 4 years that hasn't done anything. Like, well, no, I don't understand that logic.
I'm just saying, if you look at their schedule here, and they have what? So Miami here. If they beat Dallas, if Kyle Allen is the reason why they're winning games towards the end of the season, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if Kyle Allen wins them these games, you know you don't stand a chance with Davis Mills. You probably know you don't stand a chance with Kyle Allen. But either way, you've seen what Davis Mills does with in a Houston Texans uniform. You've seen what Davis Mills has been able to do.
What if Davis Mills went out and won these games?
but he hasn't been able to do it through the first part of the season. So now it's time to see what Kyle Allen can do, and then bing bang boom. You never know.
There is zero chance. I don't care if the Houston Texans win the rest of their games and they go, what is it, 1-7 and 1-8-1, so they're 10. So they're 8-8-1 at the end of the season.
It's pretty good.
Kyle Allen is not their quarterback come 2023. I mark my words. This is the NFL, man. People can see right through a hot streak. Baker Mayfield took his team to the damn playoffs and won a playoff game, and they wanted to get rid of him. And you think Kyle Allen going 8-8 is going to get him to be a franchise guy? No way in hell. It doesn't make any sense to me. They should have just let Davis Mills ride the season out and then move on from him. But instead, now they're playing this quarterback carousel. And to me, it's to save face in the locker room, to say I'm doing something to change why we're losing.
Yeah, I think they're just stalling. In reality, I think they're just stalling until they.
Yeah, that's my point.
Until they can draft CJ Stroud, I think that's it. I think
either way, just give the ball to Dameon Pierce. Bainbridge.
Hey, there it is. Dolphins on the other side of this, they're good at football. They're riding a win streak as well, the longest active win streak in the NFL right now with 4 games. Texans longest active losing streak at 5 games. It continues. Both those streaks continue in this game. Do you want to?
No, I honestly didn't even want to be this long on this game. The fact of the matter, I was going to come on here and say Dolphins win 35-16. Sure.
Yeah, a lot to a little in this game for the Miami Dolphins against Houston Texans. I will also go 31-15 Dolphins.